Hello, and welcome to our next session. We are talking about our environment this week. So, the next couple of weeks are people environments. So, I call it the circle of inspiration or your circle of influence, or however you want to think about um, utilizing this. So, you have an activity to do, and what you're going to do is kind of take a look at the people that you really enjoy being around, that give you energy, and the people that you are around who give you energy, and the people that you are around that might not give you energy, that might suck energy from you. There's all kinds of people in our lives and in our relationships. And so Jim Rohn talks about how we are the average of the five people we spend the most time with. So with that in mind, what I'm going to have you do is you have a handout, and in the first box or the first column, you're going to write five people that you really enjoy being around. People that make you laugh or make you feel good or that support you or that encourage you or that tell you straight up, what they think, whatever that might be. So you're going to list the people and then you're going to list the traits, like why do you like them? How do they make you feel? What are their traits and qualities? So that's kind of part one. And then the second part is to now take a close look at who you have in your circle. who who are the five people that you spend the most time with. Could be family members, could be work coworkers. I did list, if you watch a lot of news or a lot of podcasts, a lot of things like that, I want you to think about what traits do they pull out of you, because I think with the way media is right now, it can be extremely helpful or it can also be harmful. So we want to kind of put this into this equation. But the five people that you spend the most time around, excuse me, and what you're going to do is write their names down and do the exact same thing. How do they make you feel? What are their traits and qualities? And take a look at the two lists. Then you're going to step back away from it, take a bigger picture of it, and how can you maybe tilt the teeter totter? I think about it as a teeter totter, right? So we have people that lift us up and then people that might bring us down. And if the teeter totter is here, how do we kind of pump that up a little bit? If the teeter totter is here, how do we even it out a little bit? So we're really thinking about how can we optimize our own people environment so that the people that we surround ourselves with do energize us and lift us up. So you're going to think about how can you maybe spend more time with some of the people on the first list, and then maybe if necessary how you might spend a little less time on the people that are on the other list that are energy, we call them energy suckers, right? They kind of draw energy from you. And there's a couple of tips to think about. Sometimes, there are people that we love, they're part of our lives, but they tend to drain us with energy. So there's a couple things I want you to think about. Number one is how might you be able to self-care sandwich your time with them, which means you fill your cup before you go out to dinner with them or meet them for a holiday meal or any of those things. And then you also, um, so you're going into that experience with your cup filled, and then have something planned for a post to recover, to recharge, to regain some of that energy back. Because sometimes it can be very draining to be around certain people, but we still love them and we still want to be able to spend time with them. So by self care sandwiching ourselves, right? Making sure we're taking care of ourselves before going in energized and then making sure we refill post. That's a great way of working around that particular piece. The other thing is, I want you to think about how do you step into that particular experience. So for me, um, if I were to be spending time with a particular person, I would go in already armored up, ready to kind of protect myself and um, fight if I needed to fight or whatever. So my energy walking in to the experience or to the place where this person might have been was already ready to kind of, I was fueling the fire already. And I think back and say, hey, if I had gone in with my energy different, with some kindness and some compassion and some forgiveness in my heart and some gratitude, what might those interactions have felt like or looked like? So that's what we're talking about today. How are we going to tip the scales for you on your own center of influence, your own center of inspiration and circle? How can you try to just tilt the scales a little bit so that you're surrounding yourself with more energy givers? And what does that look like for you? So until next time, we'll see you soon.